Harihi Om. My dear holy souls, this is Mata Anantananda, Sri Sadguru Shivarama Avadhuta Ashramam, Kamvaram village, Kurnool district, Andhra Pradesh state, from Bharat, that is India. Under the caption of wonderful Indian folk stories, we are enjoying the adventurous stories of Bhatti and Vikramaditya, the historical personalities of ancient India. In that series of videos, this is the 32nd one. In this, we are going to enjoy the second part of Karpatika's story. Main incidents in this story are the return gift of King Chanda Simha to Karpatika for his service to the king. Bhethal's question and Vikramaditya's answer. The outcoming skills from this story are: this story makes us to learn that we have to remember the persons who done faith to us by leaving the financial terms. We have to do faith to such persons whenever we get opportunity to do so. Okay, let us enter into this story. By the way, as we enjoyed in the previous video, Karpatika was sent to Lanka to fix the match for the king of King Chanda Simha. But unfortunately, he met an accident as a great cyclone in the ocean. And he was swallowed by a blue whale, a big fish. And by God's grace, he could escape from such dangers, and he reached an island. And he was enjoying the nature of the island there. This much we enjoyed in the last video. Okay, let me continue. Such that Karpatika was wandering on the island by watching beautiful flowers and fruity trees and the forest. And he was enjoying the music of birds and enjoying the beauty of wild animals like that. And he was wandering. By the way, he reached a big temple. Such a big one, and with great pillars and height and so wide one. He wondered like anything, and he thanked to the God, and he rushed into the temple. And he had taken 3 rounds around the temple and entered into the temple, and there he watched Goddess Durga. It was the temple of Goddess Durga. And he prayed there, he put devotion there. And then he had taken tirtha, and very leisurely now he wanted to enjoy the beauty of the temple. So he was watching the sculptures on the pillars on the walls of the temple, and again he wanted to take a round around the temple because to watch the beauty of the sculpture there. While he was wandering in the prakaras of the temple, there he watched a big tree. Under the shade of the tree, there was a beautiful stone bench. On that, a beautiful girl was sat there, and around her some servant maids were there. They were doing service to her. They were decorating her with the flowers, and she was enjoying with flowers. And some other servant maids were making flower garlands, and she was very beautiful, just like moon surrounded by stars. And she was like lightning in the clouds like that. And he wondered about her beauty. And then, but at the sight of first sight, he fell in love with her. Then he called on one of the servant maid there, and he expressed his love towards that girl. She was like a princess. Then that servant maid had gone to her that princess, and she told everything about that man regarding his name and all. Then that young prince asked him to come near. And Karpatika had gone there. And again he expressed his will and his love and his will to marry her. Then she said, by showing a well near there, and you go there and take a dip in it. And then Karpatika agreed for it, and he had gone there, and he got down through the steps into the well, and he sank there. And when he get up in the water, what a wonder! He was not in that island. He was just in his own well, in his house, in his city. Then he wondered like anything, and his servants also felt very wonder about it, because all of a sudden he was got out of the well. When he got into the well, they didn't see. That's why. Then after taking bath and after performing his puja and every daily works, then had gone to the king's court. By that time, king already received the news of arrival of Karpatika through his spying agents. And then by watching Karpatika, King Chanda Simha felt very happy and asked him, how are you, my dear Karpatika, my dear minister? Have you gone to Lanka? And what about the match because I have the will to marry the princess of Lanka, What happened? Then Karpatika said, my dear Maharaja, your majesty, in God's grace, I didn't reach Lanka. I met an accident of a great cyclone torn in the ocean. The ship had broken into pieces, such that he started to narrate, and he told everything. He described everything, including his lust towards the princess who he had seen in the temple of that island. By hearing all of that, all the people in the court felt very surprised, and the king, Chanda Simha, said, okay, let us go tomorrow. Let us start to reach that island. I want to see it. Then next day, with their royal ship, they started with along with some other assistants. And then, according to his memory, Karpatika tried to trace out the route, and with God's kindness also, they reached the island. There, by watching the beauty of the island, the forest, the trees, King felt very happy, and he said, yes, you said very, very right. The island was very beautiful. These gardens are very beautiful than our royal gardens in our city. And by talking like that, they reached the temple, and the king Chanda Simha had taken the darshan of Daiti Durga, and he performed puja there. And after that, they have gone into the surrounding place, Prakaram, and to search about the princess who had met Karpatika. And then, by their surprise, she was still there. The same scene was there. The servant maids were decorating her, and she was enjoying their company. At that time, by watching her, King Chanda Simha thought, yes, Karpatika told that right. She is very beautiful. At that moment, that girl also had seen the king Chanda Simha, and she felt very wonder about his handsomeness and royal appearance. And then she fell in love with him. So she sent one of her servant maid to the king. Last time, Karpatika fell in love with her, and she called on her servant. He called on her servant, but this time the vice versa. And the servant maid approached the king and told that my princess is feeling love with you. She want to be with you. And then King Chanda Simha told the servant maid, let me meet the princess, let her come to me. By taking that information, the princess approached King Chanda Simha. King asked, who are you? It seems that you are not a human girl. Who are you? Tell me. Then she told that I'm the princess of Nagaloka. I want to marry you. Then Chanda Simha said, you are different girl from our earth. We are human beings. Our terms and lifestyle is different. You won't be with us till life end. After satisfying your lust and your love like that, you may go to your land, your world, because your world is not this one. That's why I'm the king, Chanda Simha. Okay, I have good feeling about you, but I don't like to marry you. I want to marry the princess of another princess of Lanka, a human being like me, like myself. And I have a request to you. You see, this Karpatika, he's a nice man and good looking man. He is my minister in love. In past, had served me like anything. He saved me from almost death position because of thirsty. So I request you to marry him and you be with him how long you like. Till life end, if you want to be with him, you can. Otherwise, whenever you want to go to your world, then send him to back. This is my request. Please accept it. Then that girl, she accepted his request and married Karpatika. By leaving them there, the king, along with other assistants, had sank in the well of the temple, and he got up in his well, in his city, in his palace. The other assistants also got the same position. Everybody felt happy. Days were passed. After some time, this Karpatika, by taking the leave from this princess of Nagaloka, he returned back along with the same way of the well. Meantime, the king Chanda Simha got married married with the princess of Lanka, and everybody was happy and they lived for a long time. This is the story. By concluding like this, Bhetala asked the question to Vikramaditya, O king, O emperor, please let me have the answer. Who is great among Karpatika and the king Chanda Simha? By knowing also the answer, if you don't give the reply, your head will break into 1,000 pieces. If you break the silence, I won't get subjugated to you. You know the condition. Now let me know the answer. Vikramaditya, with a smile, he said, Bhetala, first of all, I am very thankful to you about the beautiful story. Okay, now let me give the answer. Among Karpatika and King Chanda Simha, Karpatika's duty to serve his master who is feeding him. That's why, being a soldier, it is his duty to estimate the coming up position and to protect the king, such that he done. For that, this King Chanda Simha had given promotion to him and rewarded him, and moreover had given the girl who loved him as a gift to Karpatika. That's why the King Chanda Simha's personality is great than that of Karpatika. By receiving this much of answer, Bhetala again disappeared from the shoulder of Vikramaditya and reached the fire tree of the forest. And again, without leaving the issue, Vikramaditya reached the tree and climbed up it and got down the corpus. And by keeping it on the shoulder, again he was walking towards the Brihadaranya. What will be the other story, next story of Bhetala? Let us enjoy in the coming up video. Harihi Om. Thank you for watching.